All right. We're here with the DragonFly. First thing you're going to want to do, pop the battery on the charger for 12 hours. It says in the manual that it can void your warranty if you don't, so I would just do it. Real easy to connect it. Just put the connector in the little charging port and let it charge up. Red, empty, all the way to the right-hand side with the green, going to be full. Now to put the battery inside the DragonFly, you just place it right there on the bottom. You have to pop it in there. You got to give it a nice little push, and it pops in there. It's going to make a noise. Light's going to flash, and then you're going to know its battery's installed in there. To unlock it, you're going to want to push the unlock button twice. You hear that noise? That's awesome. Now, and to lock it, you're going to want to hit the lock button once. After that, I wait a couple, the lights turn off. Hit the lock button again, it's going to set the alarm. You hear a different noise than you do when it shuts off. Flip the fob over. You're going to have a little switch that you can push over. The battery compartment key is going to pop out of there. Just open up the latch to the keyhole, put the key in, turn it. You actually got to put the key in all the way. Obviously, I don't know how to use a key yet, so I don't know what to tell you. The battery does not just come shooting out. It just gradually just pops out a little bit. Take the battery off, put it on the charger, or you could leave it on the DragonFly and hook the charger up into the port on the tiller. Now on your left hand side, you're gonna have your lights. You're gonna have your low beam, your high beam. The DragonFly is gonna start with the low beams on, and also it's gonna start with the electronic brake on. Now to change from low beam to high beam, you just hit the light button once. A high beam is gonna come on. Shut the lights off completely. You're going to hold that button in for about 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Light's going to shut off. Just hit it again. Low beam's going to pop back on. Hit it again, high beam, hold it in, shut it off. Pretty simple. And then we have the tail lights and the brake lights. Your left-hand lever is going to be your rear brake. Right-hand lever is going to be your front brake. We'll go over that in a minute. Turn signals are going to be right above the horn. Left, right, you're going to have to shut them off after you make your turn because they don't automatically shut off. Now the horn is, it's not too impressive. It could be a little bit louder. As far as I know, nobody's really heard it when I've been on it, so I always have to yell, whatever it is. And then your mechanical parking brake is going to be that lever. And then you're going to push down the button. So when you push down the button, that's going to lock your brake. So you could just walk away if it's on a slight hill. I wouldn't recommend walking away if it was on a steep hill or anything. I'd cut the tires or something. It just, for me, it doesn't work, and I have some pretty steep hills anyway, so that might be why. And to unlock that, you're just going to want to squeeze the lever, and it's going to unlock it, and then you could let the brake up. So once again, squeeze the lever in, push the button down, and then release. Okay, now the drive modes, you have D1, D2, D3, D1, slow, D2, slow, D3, good speed. You're also going to have reverse. Reverse is about 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, something like that. It's enough to go in reverse. And we'll get to unlocking the to off-road mode in just a minute to get into D3, because you can't get into D2 till you go to another menu option. Now the reverse, you see where my thumb is at? It's going to be around that outer rim of the, what do you want to call it? The drive mode pad. And you just hold that in for a couple of seconds and it's going to switch into reverse. You're going to hear a couple of beeps. Actually, it's going to beep the whole time you're in reverse. Then you just hold it back in again a couple of seconds. It'll turn back into whatever D mode you had it in. Throttle is going to be on the right-hand side. As you can see, it'll move. And the right-hand brake is that right lever. Here's your menu. With the menu, you have the connection. All right, first up, we're going to have connection. Now, you're going to have your mobile connection or your Wi-Fi connection or reset connection. What you're going to want to do is click on one of those, scan the code, download the app. Now, as far as I know, the app isn't 100% done, but it's done enough to use. Still waiting on a couple more features. I haven't checked it in a couple of days, so I have to check up on it again. Next up, you do have the dash cam. Now the dash cam, you can, if you do have the camera, you can flip it back to record yourself, your facial expressions or whatnot while you're riding, or you can keep it forward like this and it's exit out of there. We do have more settings for that later on. We'll just go through. Now you have the screen mode, you have day mode, night mode, auto. Auto is going to change it by the hour, of course. Your night mode is going to be the dark setting, day mode, light setting. I keep mine on night. Right after that, you do have brightness, so you can adjust the brightness on that, low, high, once again, auto. I keep mine on high and at night. For me, it's just easier to see that way. For myself, you're going to have to find out what you like on your own. You have unit settings. That's you're going to change your miles an hour to kilometers or vice versa. And you can change Celsius to Fahrenheit or vice versa with that, whichever you're more comfortable with. After that, you have language. Right now, the only languages they have is English and Spanish. Next up, vehicle settings. The kickstart that I was mentioning earlier, if you want to have to push to get your DragonFly started, you leave that off. If you just want to stand there and hit the throttle and go, you leave that on. It's nice to have it on. You don't have to worry about pushing. You have the eABS power. That goes with the OneDrive. I leave mine off because I don't want to... I like to coast when I let off the throttle. I don't like to come to a stop right away, and that's what that has to do with. Next up, you have the torque level, how fast you're going to take off the line. It goes pretty quick, so be careful at 100. 75 is good. That's what I have mine at. 100 is necessary sometimes if you got somebody next to you. After that, you have the e-brake setting. Basically, that's also going to be like how fast you brake with the EBS on. So as fast as you take off, as much power as you have on there, that's going to be how fast you actually brake. So if you have a lot of power, you're going to brake really hard. So be careful with that. I think I have a story about that. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but let's just say I went down. We'll catch it in the next video. After that, you have the shutdown. How long after you put it in park is it going to shut down on its own if you don't hit the alarm? If you don't hit the off button and then the alarm, it will automatically shut off for you. So that's nice to have, because if not, your camera will keep running and it will keep recording. It records all the time. Kind of sucks. After that, you have the off-road mode. You're going to want to read that, accept it. You're an adult, you're responsible. Be an adult and responsible most of the times. You're going to want to keep that on all the time. So it unlocks the D3 mode, which takes you 30 miles an hour plus. So you don't want to be stuck in D2. All right, coming up, we do have the dash cam settings. Now, dash cam has a couple of different settings. You can rotate the camera. You can mirror the camera. You can choose your format. You can choose the mic setting as far as recording goes. You can change the loop recording, because like I said, it will just keep recording over. So you can change it to 1 minute and it'll just loop over itself, or 5 minutes, loop over itself, 10 minutes, loop over itself. I keep mine all the way up. So the hard drive is a good size. It'll hold a good day's ride on it. So nothing to worry about there. You can also format the hard drive, so you just wipe everything out of it if you don't know what's on there, or if you just don't want to look at it, because sometimes watching all the footage is just painstaking because you know there's nothing really there. So you can just delete it all if you like. It's not going to erase anything with the display, so you're good with that. It's just going to erase all his videos. So after the dash cam, you're going to have your device info. Device info, serial number, DragonFly number, etc. like that. All right, we have some more coming up in the next couple of videos. I'm going to show you how I went down, possibly. Give you some riding tips, I guess, maybe, or riding information, how it rides, and so forth like that. Be on the lookout.